What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. A little bit more He-Man news because these articles are just kind of popping up talking about the so-called controversy because Kevin Smith, I guess he tried to do damage control, if that's what you wanted to call it. He came out, first he told people to grow up, and then he went on a live stream to kind of talk about it. People weren't happy about that live stream, and then he just said, you know what, screw y'all. I'm just gonna troll you. I'm just gonna troll you. So that's what he did. Trolled everyone on Twitter, and then he was just done. And he was just done with the whole thing. But then this article pops up today, and it's just saying, well, Kevin Smith He-Man disappears from Netflix top 10. Is that what's going on? Is that your damage control? Does this mean anything? Does it not mean anything? I don't know, you tell me. But in the article, Grace Randolph, they got Grace Randolph, she's saying this, that on Netflix this week's fans sent a clear message to Kevin Smith and the company, who tried to spin the negative reaction last week as if it was a couple of upset fans who were review bombing. Yeah, they were just saying, that's just a few old men. That's all. Everybody else loves the show. And she goes on to say, it's hard to argue with Masters of the Universe disappearing out of the overall top 10 and the top 10 TV shows after just 1 week, while so many other shows have stayed in the top 10 for weeks on end. So just forget 2 weeks. So I think that makes a very serious situation. Then she's like, I'm not sure what will happen with part 2. She goes on to say that she found it funny that Kevin Smith was overjoyed when he had a high Rotten Tomato critic rating because it was only a few dozen reviewers that reviewed it. 35 it says here, and then the audience score was 26, and that's where you get the review bomb. But with all him just trying to, I guess people were saying that he lied to Clownfish and going after YouTubers and then trying to make it right and then making it worse, then trolling, then saying all that, people were just, I guess they were just like, I'm done. And then it doesn't help either when you have articles like this about Tiffany Smith saying, I play the first black woman in Kevin Smith Masters of the Universe. Now, what is this? What are the grumblings going on out there? And I don't know for sure, but this is what I'm hearing, so I just figured I'd report on it. It is when she went to audition for the part, they said, hey, listen, you got a sword? I want to hear the iconic He-Man line. I have the power. I did it terribly. I have the power. Said she pulled a lightsaber off her wall, raised it up over my head and said the line. And thankfully, weeks later, she got the job. The role of Andrea. The Newsweek article goes on to talk about her saying that she was blown away by the cast and that she's happy with her character, that it's just not a side character, and that now He-Man is more diverse, and that for the new character of color or diverse character in Kevin Smith universe is very cool, her being the first. That she also has a story. She has her own story. So is she gonna pick up the sword and turn into He-Man for just a few moments? Is that what's possibly gonna happen? So much of this stuff is leaked, but who knows? I have no idea. Also, Forbes comes out too to talk about the He-Man controversy, saying that this controversy is a never-ending cycle when beloved older franchises is rebooted and given a progressive polish. There it is. That's what they're doing to our old franchises. They just come out and said it. Hey, we're giving them all a progressive polish. More in tune with today's sensibilities. We want to make our old franchises more in tune with what's going on in the world today. It says that the older fan base will feel betrayed and disappointed and pushed away because of the shift. We've seen the same story play out many times before, most notably in Star Wars The Last Jedi and the Ghostbusters reboot, in which were more vicious than the He-Man hate criticism, I guess is what they're saying. He goes on to talk about She-Ra and how She-Ra faced criticism and saying that, hey, the show was aimed at young girls, not middle-aged men. So there it is. We're taking your old franchises. We're gonna polish them with progressive lining, and it's not made for you. Just so you know, it's not made for you. It's made for another generation, a different generation, basically telling anyone that it's not made for to let it go, get over yourself. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing to old franchises when we reboot them. We will polish them aggressively. I guess that's where we are. That's where we are. Does anybody here have any interest in the second part of He-Man? Do you think this fall is because of Kevin Smith's action? And do you think He-Man is going to get gender swapped? I guess we'll find out, won't we? I guess we'll find out if you even care at this point. If you even care. I just wish that they would just create something new. Just like these old franchises that took time, built on something. Create something new, can you? Instead of going, that's an established character. Let's polish it progressively. No, it's just, we have no imagination anymore. They're not hiring people with imagination, with writing. They're just saying, how do we take something that was already good and spin it progressively? At least they're admitting it. At least they're admitting it. Anyways, Jay, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You can be like, Jay, it's just a cartoon, man. Let it go. Let it go. I mean, I hear you. I just bring it up because the Forbes article kind of tied it all together with The Last Jedi and Ghostbusters, and just saying this is just what we're doing with franchises, older franchises. So anyway, that's it. That's the video for today. Catch you next time.